This is Will Buchanan reporting for the Walk for Liberty.
Today is July 30th, 2008, day 96.
I'm intending to walk 20.08 miles today for Liberty.
Craig Goodale and Christina Heller, the filmmakers who are profiling me as part of their documentary they're making on the Free State Project, are still here this morning. I also called the newspaper, the Harlowton Times-Clarion, a few minutes ago to let them know about my walk across the country and that I was passing through Harlow.
I gave them a little extra time pressure by telling them that a film crew was shooting me this morning for a documentary and that they would only be around until noon.
It's almost noon now and they still haven't shown up, so we'll see if they end up getting here in time. And there they go until the next time they meet me on the road. Christina and Craig hung out with us for a while last night and told us some about their history. Shortly after they got together, they formed a limited liability company, or an LLC.
I'm not sure how an LLC differs from a corporation, but I do know that just like a corporation, an LLC is a government construct.
And unfortunately is one which many people find necessary to use to combat another construct which is caused by the government, that of liability created by the government court system.
Individuals who do business with a company can sometimes use the government court system to force the company to pay them a judgment when they think they have been wronged by the company.
To prevent that liability from falling on the owner, which might cause that person to lose their entire life savings, the government created the concept of corporations and LLCs, so that the corporation or LLC would have the liability rather than the owners.
As a side note, I find it interesting that more often than not, solutions that the government comes up with are to correct problems caused by, guess who? The government.
I used to be completely against the idea of registering any kind of business, corporation or not, with the government, because I saw it as begging permission from the government to voluntarily interact with other people.
I don't fault people, though, for using those constructs to protect themselves from other problems caused by the government, namely government-created liability.
Personally, I wouldn't want to use those myself because I don't like the idea of paying the government to protect me from itself.
Which is akin to some mafia goon coming over and saying, "Hey, if you pay me $1,000, I'll protect your house from being burned down tonight."
Plus, I don't want to voluntarily tell the government I'm starting a company, which would make it harder for me to avoid paying that other form of protection money, known as corporate taxes. A free market solution, which I would personally prefer to use, would be for in any business situation in which there might potentially be a dispute, to have an agreement ahead of time with your customer which stipulates that in the case of a dispute, an arbitration company will be used rather than the government court system. I walked 20.08 miles today, and this breaks my previous daily mileage record by 1.5 miles. Here are the GPS coordinates. This is Will Buchanan for blog.walkforliberty.com, signing off.